Molar mass. Molar mass. What is that? I mean, what does it sound like, right? It's probably right there in the name. Molar would be the adjective form of moles. So we're describing mass with the word mole. Wait a second. Molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of an element. So if you have 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of an element, then you have 1 mole of an element. You stick that on a scale, whatever that mass is, that's the mass of 1 mole. That's your molar mass. It's also the number of grams of 1 mole, like the number of grams that 1 mole of an element weighs, right? So mass and grams are the same thing. It's numerically the same as the atomic mass on the periodic table. So like for carbon, if you check the periodic table, it's got an atomic mass of 12.01. So 12.01 AMU is the atomic mass, but 12.01 grams per mole, those are the units of molar mass, grams per mole, G/mole. Please don't say G/mole out loud. Grams per mole. That's the molar mass. That means if I have 12.01 grams of carbon, which is like, like 12 grams of pencil lead, that's what we're talking about. You could easily fit that in your hand. But if you can weigh out 12.01 grams of carbon, you're holding 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of carbon, which means you're holding 1 mole of carbon in that case. This last bullet right here, those units are very important to knowing where the numbers on the periodic table came from, because if you know that the word per means divide, and you know that the units are grams per mole, that's telling you that to calculate molar mass, you take the number of grams and you divide by moles. So we're going to try it. An unknown element sample contains 2.61 moles and weighs 45.31 grams. What's the molar mass? Molar mass is grams divided by moles. So that's 45.31 grams divided by 2.61 moles. You can stick that in whatever calculator you want to use for just straight up division. You don't really need anything fancy here. And you get 17.36. Did I typo? Let's try that again. I think I typoed. No, yeah, 17.36 is fine. Okay, grams per mole. There you go. Rounding to the hundredths place as always. Okay, we can look at number 3, which has a part A and a part B. What's the molar mass when 6.31 moles of an element weighs 18.61 grams? Again, molar mass is grams per mole. So we're going to do 18.61 divided by 6.31 grams per mole. And again, you don't really need a fancy calculator for just division. Use whatever calculator you feel like. This is 2. And it says 949, which is going to round to 95 grams per mole. And then it asks, is the element carbon, and how do you know? Well, I know that molar mass should be on the periodic table. So if I go look at carbon, and carbon's molar mass matches, carbon's molar mass is 12.01. That does not match 2.95. So that tells me that no, it's not carbon, because carbon is 12.01, not 2.95. In fact, none of the elements are 2.95. So this is actually not an element. It's something we made up. Yeah, that's molar mass. Quick and easy. Not too shabby. Very doable.